This is number 23 from the Math 181 practice midterm. Find any critical numbers of the function sine of x squared, that's quantity sine of x squared. You could also say that's sine squared x, plus cosine x is our function. I'm going to go ahead and call this h of x. Anyway, and they luckily give us an interval that's limited 0 to 2 pi, not inclusive of the 0 or 2 pi. Okay, so let's go ahead and take our derivative. That's how we normally do these. H prime of x is going to be 2 times sine of x, because the derivative of sine squared x will be the 2 comes out front, and then the sine x has a 1 power, then times the derivative of sine. Derivative of sine is cosine of x plus our cosine of x. Okay. Now we're going to take that. We can fiddle with this a little bit. Factor out the cosine of x, and we have what's left is 2 sine of x plus 1 equals 0. And we're going to take each of those factors and set equal to 0. So, and we set equal to 0 to find our critical numbers. So cosine of x equals 0, and that occurs at x equals from 0 to 2 pi at, oh, I see a mistake I just made. Oopsies. Okay, let me back up a little bit. Cross that out, cross that out. In fact, let me start over here. Ooh, mistake. So we have h prime of x is 2 sine x cosine x, as I said before. And then the derivative of cosine, which I forgot to take, is negative sine of x. Okay. Now we can take and factor out a sine of x. It'd be sine of x times 2 cosine of x minus 1. Now we take that sine of x times 2 cosine of x minus 1 and set it equal to 0. So sine of x equals 0. Now from 0 to 2 pi, if we don't include the 0 or the 2 pi, it only occurs when x equals pi. And for the other one, 2 cosine of x minus 1 equals 0, that occurs when 2 cosine of x equals 1, or cosine of x equals 1/2. Well, that's going to occur where? At x equals pi over 3 and 5 pi over 3. And if you're wondering where those values come from, think back to your trigonometry class you had, probably called Math 127. So that class you learned what these values are. If you didn't memorize them, that's really unfortunate because you need them now. Okay, so our solutions, our critical numbers, I should say, are x equals pi over 3, pi, and 5 pi over 3. Okay, hope that helps.